Welcome, my alumni friends. Yes, Jim Wright, Director of Alumni Services, back with you again. We will be posting this broadcast on our Facebook Gateway Foundation page and our YouTube channel. And boy, oh boy, please comment or ask questions at any time during the broadcast. Today, I thought a lot about this, and this topic is very appropriate that you see written up. It's never too late to ask for help. As you know, I've spoke about this a number of times that I am in long-term recovery myself. Director of alumni. We have a phenomenal alumni community, and I thought this was very again appropriate based on number one, we are all responsible for each other. We really are. We can't do this alone. I know that there is a lot of people trying to white knuckle it through the pandemic. I was listening to an alum yesterday specific to a lot of friends in Chicagoland that have gone back out after a period of time sober from alcohol and drugs. So, we need to communicate. We need to be able to talk to each other all the time. When we do communicate, we need to stay transparent and we need to stay honest about what's going on with us. Number three, what do we do? Check in with your sponsor, your mentor, your gateway counselor. Man, I've been traveling down south and in our central Illinois locations, and everybody knows everybody. And they were talking specifically about sponsors. They were talking about the gateway counselor, the connection, the mentors, the therapists. Incredibly important to do that in recovery. Number four, gateway. Gateway's open. Do you need to come back? Do you need to ask for help to come back? For residential, for outpatient programs, face-to-face or virtual. I can't emphasize that enough, that we are here for you. If you're an alum and you're struggling, maybe you don't need to come back right away for services, but you can join me. Join Jim Wright 6 times a week for our alumni meetings. It's basically marketed everywhere, and we have our go-to-meeting credentials and things like that. Max Mitten just says, shout out Gateway Facility in Caseyville, Illinois. Oh my gosh, yes. And we had an alumni check-in. Thank you, Max, for sharing that. We had an alumni check-in, and I know he was coming on virtual, but our engagement specialist, Mark, brought 8 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Yes. And we had great coffee and a great meeting. So is that community, right? Is that alumni community? As I go back down to my points. So, I was thinking, so we're open, we have events, we have meetings. There is so many different ways for you to connect with us. Number 5, key. This is the key to prevent relapse, period. It really is. When we communicate that we need help, we don't know what level of help it is. But if you're able to text, phone call, email, show up, at some place to be able to say, I need to talk about my cravings, my temptations are coming back, or feelings I'm having because of where I was. Remember, we've always talked and shared a lot about you really need to change all people, places, and things. It's highly suggested to do that. Another thing about speaking with our counselors is that when you share the good, bad, and ugly, I love that. Good, bad, and ugly about where you are with what you're thinking and what you don't want to do, man, we will do everything in our power to stop and be able to share and take the time to go forward. Sometimes just being mindful of it. Some people pray. We have a lot of people that just need to hang out in the recovery groups, especially as you discharge and become an alum, or extend with outpatient services, or we actually go into one of our recovery homes. So I can't emphasize that enough. So when I go back through this, we are responsible for each other. We just are. I had this guy, Tom. I've talked about this a number of times. He took me to one of my first 12-step meetings a long time ago. And then I went to that meeting and a seed was planted. Hey, Brittany says, Brittany, how you doing, Brittany? Good afternoon, Jim. Good afternoon, Brittany. And so this guy, Tom, right, takes me to this meeting, right? And my therapist says, Jim, do you need to go to treatment? So we're kind of right. And I was like asking for a little mini help, not very much. So I decided that I needed to use alcohol and drugs for the next 4 years. And guess what? My life was turned upside down. So when we communicate about that time or doing something daily, checking in with someone daily, it's so important. People call them sponsors. Other people call them people in recovery, that are actual friends of each other. So again, doing that, right? To share the good, bad, and ugly. I know I've shared again about our Gateway meetings. Gateway's open. Our virtual services are really doing very, very well. So we have lots of different options for you if you need to come back. But you know what? It's such an easy call to text Jim Wright and say, by the way, Jim, I think I feel like drinking today. Let's talk about this for a while. And redirect, the thoughts. I know that once we do that, make things better. And it also just, it is simply the key of preventing relapse. Why relapse? We don't want to do that. But that's been a challenge, right? This pandemic, unfortunately, has not gone away. It's still part of us. We're all looking for a new normal. So one of the things that has been happening through this last year is our Gateway Foundation Alumni app. You can go to Google Play, you can go to Apple Store. It's free to you. Download it. It is so easy. All our coordinators throughout the whole company always present the Gateway Foundation Alumni app and how easy it is prior to discharge. But if you don't have it, go there. Gateway Foundation Alumni app. You can Google it, Google Play, Apple Store, and it has books. It has videos for people that don't like to read. We have a lot of exploration type paths to go in regards to where you are in your own recovery. There's exercises, again, just dealing with the stress, of recovery, right? You can see it in my expression, everything, stress and recovery. It's not easy. In addition to the fact that, guess what? You can speak with someone else you were treated with. Or if you haven't been on, connected to us, this is a great way to do that. And it's all, basically private and set. Another question here. Brittany says, when you don't ask for help, it's so slippery. A friend of mine just relapsed after 14 years. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. He suffered in silence and fell, but he got back up, and that's what matters. Thank you, Brittany. That is so true. We do get back up, right? I don't really want to fall down and crawl again, but if I had to call my friend Fred, I would do that. And he's so close to help me with that kind of thing. So, relapse is part of a lot of our stories. So keep that in mind. Any other comments or questions that you would like to send through our connection today, our broadcast today? By the way, you probably saw between talking about the Gateway Foundation Alumni app, we have the 24-hour helpline, and that goes right to our call center. By the way, I am actually going to be at our call center, Gateway Call Center, next week, and I will be talking a little bit about the Alcohol Awareness Month. In addition to, I'm going to have a care advocate staff member come on with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about the use of alcohol and the questionnaire that we actually have on our website, and basically how he helps our clients as they call in. So please be here next week for that. I don't know if we've got any other comments or questions. So thank you, Brittany and Max, for coming on today. You know what? It's supposed to be like spring this weekend. So if you're going on a egg hunt, or you're looking for a chocolate bunny to eat, I hope you can do that. And otherwise, everybody, please have a health and safe weekend. And we'll talk to you next week. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.